What up, Chicken Nuggets? Tyler here with Tarver Cards, and this is a Sports Cards or No podcast. Today, we are going to be giving 5 ways they can improve a show that I think is already pretty good. I like it. I love where they're going with it, but it's that new Complex series where they have an athlete and they bring them into a card shop and they buy some cards, or buy one card in the case of Tom Brady. Let's talk about some ways we can make it better. Throw your ideas in the comments. So if you haven't seen it, there was a show by Complex. Complex is like, I don't know, brand online channel. Essentially, essentially that's what they are. They're a YouTube channel, and you've probably seen some of their shoe videos. They'll take celebrities, musicians, athletes into shoe stores, and this dude interviews them. But in the process, they pick out some shoes, kind of like the style of like Hot Ones, but Sean Evans with Hot Ones asks like phenomenal questions. So that's a little bit different vibe. Plus, you know, they ain't having to eat Da Bomb. If you ever had Da Bomb, I had it once. We did it for a video. It was the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life. Okay, so I watched it, and it had Tom Brady in the inaugural episode. And, you know, Tom Brady just started that collaboration with Card Vault. And so they were at that shop. And so walking around, asking questions, talking to him. So my overall analysis, and actually I didn't hear the whole thing because I didn't want it to taint my opinion of it. I didn't want to steal their ideas, but I didn't get away from it quick enough. I talked about how the dude interviewing kind of like talked over Tom Brady. Yeah, that's who we're here for. Like, if you're not even asking like Chris Evans level questions, but he's good. I've seen him on the shoe one before, and he's good. But it's not like he's asking like super deep or in-depth questions. He's kind of just like a placeholder to throw it to them and interact. And so, number one, I'm just going to give you 5 suggestions that I would have to level up this show if fanatics call me like, Tyler, we need you to do this. You got a mediocre podcast. We need you to take over. These are the first 5 things I'm doing. First off, number one is I would have it hosted by the fans of that player. So like, if you had a Tom Brady super collector in there, or, oh my gosh, what do you know, Mike from Sports Cards Nonsense, like the guy that interviewed, I've seen him before, but it's not like I watch Complex for him. Like I watch it for the shoes or the person in there. Like get Mike, who is like a huge Tom Brady collector and also knows about the card hobby. That would have been a phenomenal idea. If you can find people either like creators or just super collectors that know a ton about that player's market, coming in and talking to that player and like educating them, but also like asking in-depth, thoughtful questions for that player. That would be my number one suggestion, because I think that's going to add a whole dynamic, because a lot of this, like whenever Jordan Poole is one of my favorite players. When Jordan Poole got traded, I had so many DMs and texts. It was like I was his like buddy who was like going to have to move with him to Washington. Like that's how many I got, because people knew I was like the biggest JP collector that, you know, made videos. And so like whenever you have these collectors who are so into this play, they know that player's market, they know what's happening, like they know the waves of their sales. And so I think that would be a really interesting dynamic. If you could find somebody that like could talk. I got a chance to do an interview with Derek Jeter, and they had a Derek Jeter super collector there, and he got to chat with him and talk to him. I think for those like people that don't create content or aren't used to like, you know, interacting like that, you might need to like prepare some questions for them. But then again, like even Sean Evans has somebody that helps him make questions. So number one, bring in fans, super collectors of that person to be the one hosting the interview. All right. Number two, I think it would be really cool, because this one, what they did was they talked about like a couple different like big cards in the hobby. So like the 86 Fleer Jordan, they talked about the mantle. Like you kind of hit like the 2 of the 3 biggest cards in the hobby right there in the first episode, which I guess they're trying to lay the foundation. I get that. But you could have even just talked Tom Brady cards the whole time, and I would have been interested. And they do the great graphics and the pop-up, which is really cool. But I think it'd be really cool to do like a top 5 of their career. And so they did this, like he didn't call it like a top 5, it didn't have a name, but he talked about like the contenders auto, and he talked about the one that was like the moment from whenever they came back against the Falcons. So like he talked about a couple of those, but if you could make that a staple, I think that would be really cool. Because if I want to know about Tom Brady cards, after watching one episode of that for 14, 15 minutes, I now know about the top 5 Tom Brady cards. Like I could like rank them, like have sections where you rank like the top 5 sales of that player. Like that would be really interesting. Some sort of list of cards related to that player's career. Third tip, Guess the value. And I actually saw this. I think Overtime did it. They're great too. Overtime Pools, I think is what they're called. They're affiliated with Overtime. And that had, I want to say it was Miles McBride was on there, and they had him guessing the value of his cards. They might have had Carmelo Anthony's son guessing his dad's card values too. But they have him check and guess their card values. That's really cool. I love that, and I think you can incorporate that pretty easily. Like, toss in a few other, hey, I got this card. What do you think it went for? And it would be cool to see athletes saying, like, high numbers, low numbers. That'd pretty dope. Number 4, fourth tip, complex. They didn't call me and ask, but these are my tips. Fourth one, card crossovers. What are moments in this career? Like, Tom Brady talked about when he collected as a kid, but then he talked about moments in his football career. He had a 20-plus year career where he's playing football. I would love to know, were there ever moments, because he's probably so laser focused on winning and, keeping his body in shape and, just being the best football player he can. He's probably not spending a ton of time into cards. So I think it would be really dope if you could bring out of them moments when their cards like bounced in, like they saw a news story about a card selling this way, or something happened, like somebody came and asked them to sign a rookie card and they couldn't do it because of blank. Like, I would love to see moments where cards crossed over into that player's life during their career when they didn't have a lot of time probably to collect. That would be a cool card crossover, working title. Hit me up, Complex. I'll give you the trademark. And the fifth idea that I would throw out there, and I thought of this, came up with the name, really proud of this. Call this one Holy Grail. Holy Grail. So it'd be like holy crud, but also like the Grail card. What would be kind of dope? And like Pawn Stars, they like walk in like, I got this, I found it in my house. It would be really cool if you had like somebody who owned one of those top like 1, 2, or 3 cards in Tom Brady's. Like, maybe they can't do an interview. They don't have the personality to interview these players. But if you flew them in and were just like, hey, show us like your top 1 or 2 Tom Brady cards, and you're handing him, he's telling the story of like, I picked this up because I saw you, at Michigan and I loved you. So I bought this at a card show in like 2002 or 2001. And I bought it for $40 and it's now worth, $400K. Like, that would be a really cool story to hear that collector interact with the athlete and talk about how they acquired that Grail card. Holy Grail, Batman. I think that would be pretty dope. So, what do you think? Out of those 5 tips, which one did you like the most? And or do you have an idea for this show? Or do you like it as is? Honestly, Complex does so good with like the branding. It's just a cool looking brand. So I know they're going to keep elevating, doing better. But it's going to be tough because like, I don't know. I just feel like Tom Brady's like, he's about as big as you can get in the biggest sport in America. It'd be pretty cool, but you're going to have to be innovative, in my opinion, if you're going to keep bringing in players that are connected to the hobby, because I just feel like a lot of them almost, I don't know if they get tired of autographing cards or what, but you don't see them interact with it. But again, now that Fanatics is into this, I know Fanatics got a lot of collaboration. LeBron James would be a dope one because he just signed with Fanatics. Like, get these players in and then figure out how you can make it feel not only dope and cool and informative, but also like entertaining to watch and tie into people who are connected to the sports card collecting hobby. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to. No pressure. Just follow your heart. That's what Kelly Clarkson said. That's what we do. Y'all be good, stay sweet, and never stop collecting. Later. Sports cards are dope. So are you. Later, y'all.